Olympic heroes, America's Cup winners, Volvo Ocean Race champions and some of sailing's most capped world champions gathered in Lagos in Portugal's Algarve for the 2019 GC32 World Championship. Taking place with the support of the City of Lagos, Marina de Lagos and Sopromar, this year's GC32 World Championship was the second event of the 2019 GC32 Racing Tour, following on from last month's GC32 Villas Cup.
Second time here in Lagos, Portugal, and this time for the World Championship. Second per World Championship for the class. We have 10 boats, 10 very good teams, and we're very excited to start this event.
The GC32 Racing Tour attracts not just elite professional sailors, but also passionate owner-drivers. They come together at many of Europe's premier sailing destinations, all ideal for these flying cats to perform. The spectacular events and breathtaking racing wouldn't be possible without the hard work put in by the tour's management team.
From the class side and the GC32 Racing Tour, we're quite a small team managing the tour and the class. So we work all very closely together. We are multitasking, doing different things. And I'm very happy with the team we have. We're a little bit of a small family. And so we are with the teams. We're trying to have everything very familiar. We're trying to have a very good relationship and providing the best racing possible at the best venues with the best conditions for the GC32s. So it's all a big team effort within our team, but also with the teams. And that's the key of the success to make this work in this setup.
Racing off Lagos takes place in the Atlantic Ocean, but the waters here are protected by Cap Saint-Vincent, the most southwestern tip of Europe, which is just 10 kilometres away. With sea breeze conditions and flat waters, the GC32 World Championships offers the perfect foiling conditions. And with the local organisers familiar with the GC32s, it was set to be another of the best events of 2019.
It's a special event for us, for the city, and it's very special for the marina because we are turning 25 years next week, so this is an event that we can link with the celebration of this very important date for us. Lagos is the city of the discoveries because in the 15th century, when the Portuguese navigators started the discovery of the world, the first caravels set sail from the city. So there's a lot of history related with the ocean and the sea. Lagos is a very important city in the Algarve region, and the Algarve region is the most important touristic region of Portugal. So it's really a touristic attraction, but we also have a very big community already living here.
This year was much easier than last year. The first year we were learning, so this year we had the experience from last year, so we knew what we had to improve, we knew what went wrong and what we could do better. So this year I think we are doing much better than last year. We are ready to have a good championship here, and that in 5 days we have a world champion, and that the team is happy not only with winning but with the conditions that they had during the event.
10 teams were ready to contest this second official GC32 World Championships. Returning to defend their title was Switzerland's Team Tilt, skippered by Olympic 49er sailor Sebastian Schneider.
As we won last year, it's quite easy to call us the favorite defender, but we have a very different approach because we have only 10 days training and we know all the other teams have been sailing for the last year. So we're feeling ourselves more like challengers and going out there with really nothing much to lose and nothing to prove, but just having fun and doing our best and see what we can do. And we know that if we sail well, we have a chance of winning again.
Along with Schneider returning to Team Tilt in the GC32 class was Emirates Team New Zealand skipper and multiple A-class catamaran world champion Glenn Ashby.
Yeah, look, the GC32 catamaran is a really fantastic boat. It's very manual in its operation. It's all rope operated. There's no electronics or hydraulics on board the yacht. It's quite difficult to sail as a group of 5 crew. They have to be very well choreographed together as a team to get the boats around the track in good position. The tacking and the jibing in windy conditions is quite difficult, and you can make some big losses and some big gains if you do it well. So, no, a fantastic boat to sail. The venue here at Lagos has been absolutely perfect for any foiling boats, and in fact any type of boat at all. The conditions have been great, and with the flat water and great breeze, it's certainly made for some exciting times on the reaching starts, and also some of the downwind gates at the bottom with everyone coming in full speed is certainly very exciting. So a lot of fun, and great to get back on the boat again with the Team Tilt boys.
This summer is busy for Schneider as he's also aiming to qualify for next summer's Olympic Games alongside Lucien Cougin in the 49er class. Their country, Switzerland, has already secured a spot, but they now must prove that they are worthy of taking that place come Tokyo.
So the reason we are not doing more GC32 is obviously because we are campaigning for the Olympic Games in Tokyo, and that's in 1 year now. So schedule is really busy. It's more than 200 days sailing on the 49er class, and right now we are qualified the country for Tokyo, so we just need to qualify ourselves as a team, and we're heading straight to Japan after this event for the test event and training on the Olympic waters. So yeah, everything's going well, but a lot of work, and we need to keep pushing. Very different boats, but the racing is quite similar, fast boat racing. So we have to limit the maneuvers and sail the boat really well. And if you're fast, the racing is tactically a lot easier. So pretty similar approach. Just the team is a bit bigger, but it makes it have less jobs to do actually at the helm, because I have more people that can help me on the boat. I think our team is really our strength. We've been sailing together since we're 10 years old almost, against each other on Optimist, and then for 20s Laser and 49er or Moth, and we're just really good friends. We know each other really well, and I think that's a really good strength from us compared to other teams, and hopefully we can use it.
Oman Air's new skipper, Adam Minoprio, is one of the favourites to dethrone the Swiss champions. Last year, Minoprio helmed SAP Extreme sailing team at the GC30 Worlds in Riva del Garda. Having led for much of the regatta, they eventually finished second, but with victory at last month's GC32 Villasimus Cup, Minoprio had high hopes for Portugal.
Yeah, here in Lagos, we're definitely here to try win. I'm still a bit upset personally for losing out on the championship last year, so I definitely have a score to settle. We won the first event of the season a couple of weeks ago, so the team's feeling good. We've definitely found in the first event of the year we had a lot to improve on, so hopefully we've made the improvements like the other teams would have been pushing to make the improvements, and we can lift our game another level and try win the World Championships.
Let's meet the Kiwi skipper, who is one of the most experienced and successful GC32 helmsmen.
I remember learning to sail in an Optimist. I had 2 older brothers who had already learnt, so I got in one of them and just wanted to catch them up and try beat them all the time. The best sailing moment in my career so far is probably in 2008, a long time ago, winning the World Match Racing Tour, and that's closely followed up by winning the Extreme Sailing Series event with SAP. In the future of sailing, there's going to be more and more foiling, and as the kids grow up with foiling in the dinghies and as youths, they're just going to be better at it. And the better you're at it, the more extreme boats that the designers can design, the faster you'll go. So I think older sailors will become extinct really quick, and it's definitely going to be faster, more exciting boats in 5 years' time, maybe 10.
Amongst the many great sailors that have joined the GC32 Racing Tour is Sébastien Colle. In French, polyvalent roughly translates as all-round. When it comes to that great sailing nation's top yachtsman, few are more polyvalent than Sébastien. He's been part of the GC32 Racing Tour from the beginning, sailing alongside and guiding many owner-drivers to success. He subsequently became tactician on Sébastien Rogue's Team Engie in 2015, before 2 glamorous seasons with Monaco's royal nephew Pierre Casaraghi on Malizia Yacht Club de Monaco. Last year he joined Simon Del Zoppo, and now we find him as crew with Jason Carroll and his Argonauts.
A few years ago I had the opportunity through Laurent Laine to test the boat. I think it was in Austria, and I thought the original idea was very good. Building and sailing this kind of boat at this moment was a bit special. Foilings and on quite a big boat. I mean, it's not a small boat, it's 1 ton. So it was a great opportunity, and the concept of trying to have owners joining the fleet was great, I think, because this boat is quite easy to sail. You must have a good crew around you, but from a steering point of view, from a driving point of view, it's one of the easiest foiling boats to sail on. And I found the concept very good. Was like 5-6 years ago. So it's why I joined, and from then I really enjoyed the boat. I really enjoyed sailing the circuit. The race management, the class management always provide very good venues like Lake Garda or here in Lagos for the World Championship, Palma de Mallorca. We had a lot of great venues these last 5 years. I was really interested in trying to get more people into foiling. I think foiling is really the future, there is no question about that. And I enjoy a lot trying to bring new people into foiling. This is really the future of sailing, and I really want to help and to show that foiling is not so hard. I mean, it's not dangerous, it's not hard. When you have good people around you, then you can foil easily and have a lot of fun. It's a completely new way of sailing. And there is no other class in the world than the GC32 who can provide this package.
Eric Maris's Zulu is another boat packed with experience and skill. Amongst the crew is Nicolas Heinz from Corsica, another professional who has worked alongside owners throughout his career.
We have Eric, who is owner. He's steering really well, I think, and for sure we are here in a high level with a professional team, and so for him it's quite exciting to be part of this. For sure, sometimes we have some little problem to deal with other boat, but we try to manage to do as best as we can. We are all on board, we are all competitors, and there is no doubt that when we take a start, it's for the win, and we do the best to win, but the level is quite high, so sometimes it goes well and sometimes it goes wrong.
The GC32 boats offer some spectacular racing images as they fly above the waters on their foils. The technology came into public focus when the 2013 America's Cup Contenders started to use foil-shaped dagger boards to hit speeds of more than 40 knots. Ben Ainsley's spectacular last gasp victory for the Oracle USA team and his subsequent BAR Land Rover Cup Challenger brought foiling to a global audience. Let's find out how foiling works and how we end up with these great images on the water.
Hi there, yeah, welcome aboard the GC32. So you can see next to me here is the hydrofoil, the main foil on the boat, and this basically is like an aeroplane wing, but stuck into a boat, goes underwater, and as the boat goes faster, it starts to lift the boat out the water. So it's amazing technology. It's not new technology, but on sailing boats, it's really come to life since 2013. Team New Zealand was the first team to decide they could lift a 72-foot catamaran out of the water, and now we have these GC32s, a fleet of 10 boats. The boats will come up out of the water, and because suddenly you take a 32-foot boat and make it into a boat just on a very, very small foil, just really 50 centimetres long, the boat's going to go 2-3 times the speed. So that's why we see the spectacular speeds of these boats. The way this works is we have this small wing. It's shaped like a little bit like an aeroplane wing. So we know an aeroplane wing will lift the aeroplane up in the same way. This, as it goes through the water, it will lift the boat up. The guys on the boat can change the angle of that wing to make it lift more or less. So as the boat starts to move, they can make the wing lift, the boat will come up, the boat goes faster, and then they change that angle to keep the boat balanced beautifully flat in the air. This is the biggest lifting surface. The guys on board can drop it down. Of course, we're in the marina, it's a lot easier, but you see the crew are big, strong guys. They will have to pull it down. This goes down. All the way down, we can't do that now because we need to keep the polish very good, and the crews are working hard to pull it down and then hold it down using this huge cleat, because the whole boat is going to be lifted up using this foil, and all that load is going onto this cleat. Once the foil's down, the crew can then start to control the angle of the foil. Here where it is now, the foil is not really giving so much lift. As I start to pull here, you can see the foil is moving back in the boat. That actually means it's moving forward underneath the boat. That means we start to have more lift. So when the boat's going slower, you need to have a lot more lift to lift the boat up out of the water. And then again, as the boat accelerates, you need less lift. So constantly as the boat's going along and changing speeds, a crew member who's sat on the other side of the boat, so is sat nearly 6 or 7 meters away, is actually moving this foil constantly to fly the boat and keep it at a good height. At the back of the boat we have the 2 rudders, and these also have wings. You can see the rope system we have here. It's led forward, so many of the crew can control it, but by pulling these ropes here and actually changing the angle of the rudder at the back of the boat, we bring the rudder forward. That's going to help lift the boat more, and then we move it back. It's going to help pull the boat down and change the angle and pitch of the boat. So this, working with the main foil at the front, is what decides the angle we fly, how high we fly, and how we share those loads. I think for the guys on board the boat, it's certainly not scary. It's what they do, it's their job, but it's not as easy as they make it look. It's a balancing act. You have some lift with the rudder, you have some lift with the foils, but also you can control with the sails. So there's 5 guys on the boat, there's 5 guys flying it. If you imagine you're driving a car and you have someone steering, you have someone doing the pedals, and you have someone looking out, that's the game these guys are playing. So communication, good techniques and timing makes it look easy, but for sure it's not as easy as they make it look.
Let's return to the action at the GC32 World Championships and find out which of the 10 teams will be lifting the prestigious title in Lagos, Portugal.
Ready to fight to defend our title of the World Championship from last year.
We're ready to go racing.
At this event and this year, the level of the GC is really high.
We are looking forward for today.
There were some great sailing conditions on the opening day of the championships, with winds of up to 15 knots and flat waters. In the bright sunshine, Alinghi won 3 out of the 5 races. However, last year's runner-up Adam Minoprio showed greater consistency to end the day tied on points with Alinghi at the top of the leaderboard. In fact, the 4 top teams were all within just 1 point of each other. On countback, Amana held the lead overall with Alinghi, And close behind was Ineos Rebels UK, skippered by Ben Ainsley, and Nor Auto, skippered by Frank Camas, last year's GC32 Lagos Cup winners. Meanwhile, Argo won the Owner Drivers' Trophy, leaving Eric Maris's Zulu in second.
Our team is very happy with the first day that we had today. We struggled a little bit in the first two races. We didn't get off the line quite as quickly as we would have liked to, but then once we switched over to upwind starts, we were very happy with our performance in the upwind starts. I think tactically that gave us a chance to catch a few shifts and kind of start with a good position and from the starting line and get to the top in a very good position relative to the lead. So I don't know. Overall, I think we're pretty happy with our performance today.
Alinghi was unstoppable on days 2 and 3, edging out into the lead. With a 16-point advantage, the Swiss team were odds-on favourite to win the 2019 GC32 World title. Ineos Rebels UK climbed to second, whilst Oman Air dropped to third, albeit on equal points with the British team, whilst Team Tilt followed in fourth.
We had a pretty tough day today, really. It was great conditions out there, but for one reason or another, we couldn't really get things firing on our boat and struggling sort of around the mid-fleet. We had some good earlier races, but it wasn't quite as good as we would like to be. Having said that, we're up at the top end of the fleet. It's been fantastic racing and a really good challenge for all of the teams. We look forward to getting back out there and getting some more good racing tomorrow.
Oman Air today, we had a pretty terrible day. Started off quite promising, but just very tricky out there, looked like a nice left-hand track and it turned out to be a nice right-hand track, and just felt like no matter what way I went today, the breeze went the opposite. So pretty disappointed to lose 13 points to Alinghi today. There's still 5 races tomorrow, so if we can just go out there and win them all, and hopefully Alinghi will give us some points back.
The defending world champions Team Tilt gave it their all in their quest to close in on Alinghi. Starting in 4th place, race by race they climbed the leaderboard, however running out of races they could do no better than second. Alinghi, who'd led the championship from day 1, were unbeatable, and the team were crowned the 2019 GC32 World Champions. They finished 17 points ahead of Team Tilt, with Ineos Rebels UK completing the podium. Meanwhile, Argo won the Owner Drivers' Trophy.
It's a wonderful week for us here. We just won the second World Championship, and the team did a really good job because we've been on the top of the leaderboard the whole week. It was tight in the beginning, and yesterday we could make a little break on the other boat, and today we did a perfect day because 1 second and 2 wind that give us the trophy.
So really happy to be Vice World Champion this year. It's always going to be really hard to defend the title without much training, and I think the team did a really good job. To the regatta, we were just getting better and better every day. Had a tough start, but then we climbed the rankings to finish second, which is a fantastic result for our team in front of some America's Cup teams. Really good sailors behind us, so really happy of the team and the spirit we had all week to fight for every point.
Let's have a look at the final standings at the 2019 GC32 World Championship in Lagos. The final act of the 2019 GC32 World Championship took place in the Marina de Lagos, where the Swiss team lifted the coveted trophy to much celebration.
It's been an awesome 4 days here, well 5 days actually, or actually the whole week here in Lagos. We had the conditions that this place is renowned for in June, the Nortada, and it was blowing most of the time nicely and strongly, and we had the offshore breeze and the flat water, and the racing has been great.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next stop on the GC32 Racing Tour, the Copa del Rey map free in Palma de Mallorca.